So I'm going to be using PEX connector, actually not a connector, but the crimping part of it, to fix an air hose. Air tools. Air hose. I've cut the end off square. PEX connector. And then here we go. So what I'm going to do here is use my Dremel tool and grind down the end of the air hose. Now I could do other things which I have done before, but you can see I got orange stuff on me. And I'll be back in a minute when I'm done grinding. Okay, so I've ground this down a lot. Yeah, maybe not a lot, but you can see the old part here and the part that I use my Dremel tool to, I say grind, but I use the sander drum on it. And so what I'm going to do is I've taken this PEX connector, PEX crimping, and clean the inside edge so it won't hang. And now I can get it on here. Not easily, but I don't want it to go on easily. Alright, so you can see that. And I'm going to fix another ring, so I got two rings on here. And then I'll crimp them. Now I've done this before using spacers and stuff, and they work great. I mean, using the PEX to do this is just fantastic. I've got one repair that's been 1.5 years on my air compressor to my main line, and you know, working good, not leaking, didn't come loose, didn't bubble. So I'll be right back. So you can see I've got this one fully on, but I'm also going to put another one on. I ground the inside edge so it'd go on smoother. I think I can do this without smacking my fingers. And there it is. 2 PEX rings. Now I have to get the insert in. Lube up the insert. Drive it in. Yeah, I went and got a piece of oak. Can take a licking. Keep on ticking. Alright, so got 2 rings. Got that driven on there. I probably could have ground more off, but I've never done it exactly this way before. So now we're going to see. Alright, so now take my handy dandy crimping tool for PEX, put the connector in here. Not designed for this, but it looks like I'm going to go do two crimps at once. Alright. So that's done. have absolute confidence that that is airtight. That connection right there, I'm sure that that's airtight. So a recap: cut the air hose, grind it down so the fittings just barely fit on, or maybe barely didn't fit on. Had to smack them in, smack the air hose repair in, and crimp the tool. Pretty simple. So, I know you probably can't see my face, but this is the difference between a PEX connection and the professional connection, which is perfectly great. I mean, if I could afford to buy this tool to do this connection, I would. But, you know, with the PEX crimp tools, crimp rings and the crimp tool, you know, they're a lot cheaper now than they used to be. But I couldn't be happier. I mean, this is just amazing. Happy smile. Okay, now I'm doing the other end. You can see, haven't ground anything off. Not going to bore you with all the grinding. I'm just going to do it, and I'm going to come back with another finished end. By the way, this takes me, once I got all my tools together, you know, because it takes me an hour to get all my tools together. Not really, but you know what I'm saying. It takes me about 7 minutes to do this all together. So, and you know, I can't afford the $7 or $8 or $10 or $20 but typically around here it's $7 to $10 to get a hose end repair, you know, the nice way, without one of those worm clamps that, you know, always hanging on stuff, can't drag your hoses around. So, be back in a bit. Okay, I'm back. Just getting darker. This film should be grainier. I grounded a little more. Should be a lot easier to put the rings on. I think it'll hold up fine because I haven't even gotten into the reinforcing strings. It's just this is just the outer orange covering, which I'm sure provides reinforcement. But that's what I did. Get off the rocking table so you can see it. I did get rid of the ridge on the rings again on the inside so that it'll go on these. I'm going to put some lubricant on it. Hopefully I'll slip them on, and I'll be back. Okay, so done. They didn't quite just slip on, but I didn't have to smack them like I did the last one. So I expect this to go on a lot easier. So there it is. Crimping it and then installing it. Bye now. Crimping is going to happen. Yeah, sorry about that. Alrighty. There's the crimp. That's it. Okay, so success. I cut myself a length of custom air hose. Installed it in my automatic return air hose reel, which I highly recommend you get one. I've been doing the cheap thing. Had to buy 2 of them in the last 4 years, which cost me almost $40. Certain store had them on sale with discounts and stuff, about $60 for automatic air hose return and the air hose. So, man, I've only had it installed for half an hour, and it is fantastic. I highly recommend getting one. Oops, sorry about the wiggle and the bob. You know, I'm not good at selfies. This is a selfie. Bye.